Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Cat Waterflame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gran, Terra, Shadowfront. I am John, a.k.a. Mr. Fuck, the Endgame Man. Address me as such.
Yes, you are.
And I am your game master for the evening. Joining me today is Cody.
Hi, I'm Cody. I'm playing Ithram Valar, Hobgoblin War Wizard.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Kalerna Ilani, Drow Echo Knight, or at least I will be if Roll20 lets me in the fucking game.
You haven't. You
Sure,
have
right
to
now you're
address
Tricia.
John as
No.
Mr. Fuck.
Exactly.
Mr. Fuck. Mr. Fuck the Endgame Man, may I please enter the game?
Yes, you
Because
may.
it keeps being stuck on opening planar transport, which is literally the first message that comes up.
Yeah. Refresh. Use a different browser.
I've refreshed.
Try a different browser. William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Valda Stonebeard, the Dwarven Samurai.
Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Titania Valkorian, Eladrin Druid Princess.
And Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Gent Minar, half-elven spellslinger, who's probably Mr. Gives No Fuck at this point.
Oh, I'm sure he will. Eventually. Unintentional synchronicity there. As always, remember, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, and fuck cops. All right. So, when last we left off, one of you became a Triceratops and stomped the life out of a bone claw.
Yep.
Well, actually, to clarify, your shadowy other self with one hit point stomped the life out of a bone claw, while you were paralyzed.
This is true.
And so we return as the Steel Hearts face off against Rhyhor, the Graven Emperor. As the Bone Claw dies at the end of Kalerna's turn before Valdeth goes, Rhyhor raises a hand. And as he does, he opens it, and you see sat in his palm is the blackest stone you have ever seen. It is a gem so dark it seems to warp light around it. And as he exposes this stone, dark energy emanates from it before lashing across the room in rapid succession, these black lines of necrotic energy striking walls, pillars, and floors. The door behind you seals and then disappears as the room itself is faded away. And in its place, as I mark this door back on...
I'm assuming this was not a spell one could conceivably counter.
No, this is a thing that happens when the Bone Claw dies.
It's too bad he's carrying it.
In its place, you find yourself standing in a void of purplish black energy that roars around you silently and begins actively sapping at your soul. as you have all been drawn into a pocket portion of the negative energy plane.
Oh, yay. I hear that's lovely this time of year.
Everything's on purple fire. It's fine.
Yeah. We'd only be in trouble if it was real fire.
So, Valdeth, at the start of your turn, you take 15 points of necrotic damage.
Oh boy.
Do not like this.
It's your turn.
5, 10, 15. Not going to get all the way up there. And I'm not going to get in the way of the Triceratops. I'm just going to take cover behind this pillar.
The pillar doesn't really exist anymore. Ignore the lighting.
Okay, well.
Can somebody ping on the map where, like force ping? There we go. I'm on my iPad.
Ah.
Bonus action focus.
While I clear cookies and cache and all that
And
bullshit.
attack with NP, spending that focus again.
All right.
Don't roll like shit this time, game. 23.
23 hits. Oh, wait, no, hang on. Did he cast shield this turn?
No, that was a significantly previous round.
Okay. Is he going to cast shield this time? Not yet. So he takes
23 plus 3, 26 thunder damage because it's NP.
All right. He's actually going to use his reaction to use blood armor. So as your NP strikes him, a gout of dark blood erupts from his wound, and almost like a homing beacon, just lances back towards and through you. You take half of that damage as necrotic.
So 13. Cool. And second attack. 23 again.
23 hits.
For 27 thunder damage.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
That is it.
All right. Ithram, at the start of your turn, you take 15 points of necrotic damage.
All right. Yeah, I want to move over to 5, move over to here. I'm assuming I can move between Titania and Adam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adam blocks you.
And then, yeah, I'm gonna cast Volar's Arcane Bombardment. So he needs to make. Let's see. Is it 4 dexterity saving throws, DC 18? I'm centering them all around, or let's see. Yeah, 1 in this space, 1 in this space, 1 in this space, and 1 in this space.
So you're just raining the destruction on him.
Yeah, and it's going to be, it's going to be lightning. So.
Dexterity saving throws, you said?
Yep, 4 of them.
26, 17, 26, 26.
That's it. So he only fails 1. So he takes 1.
No,
17 points of force damage halved for 3 of them, and then really shit rolls. 15.
1, so 1, 6, 1 plus 6 is 7. Plus 1 is 8, plus 3 is
11.
11 points of force damage.
And then
And the lightning
3
damage?
plus 3 plus 2
Plus 1 plus 3.
Yep.
3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3. Which is 3 plus 2 is 5.
9.
Plus 1.
It's 3 plus 3 plus 3.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. 3 plus 3 plus 3. 9 points of lightning damage. Math, not my strong suit. Particularly not today.
And then I'll take one more step forward after I cast it.
All right. Adam's turn. Adam takes 15 points of necrotic damage at the start of his turn. And he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right there where he's in range with his glaive. Which I now need to actually pull up his character sheet. The thing I always forget to do. D&D Beyond.
He's murdered this lich.
Also, welcome raiders. We had a raid of 10 from
Ooh,
Valdriant.
Hello.
Welcome,
Meow.
Val, and others.
Just in time to see me die.
Just in time to see the party die. As they fight Raihor, the Graven Emperor.
He seems pretty jocular for a grave fellow.
Graven, not grave.
Oh, okay.
He does seem to be having a pretty good time, though. It's true.
Calling him a Graven Emperor would imply that he's a statue.
Maybe he is. We haven't tested this. Does anybody have siege?
All right. Adam's going to attack 4 times with his bone scythe, or his bone glaive. A 17 misses. A 22 hits. A 21 hits. And a 33 hits. Okay. So he hits 3 times.
for
9,
him.
13, and 18. Alright, and that's his turn. Gent! Top of the round. Take 15 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. We are going to use Focus Fire. So he's at disadvantage for this DC 17 Constitution saving throw. If he fails, he dies.
He has spell resistance, so he's flat roll.
Okay.
Well, it's not a
So-
spell. It's
Oh,
the
it's not a spell, it's a
undead slaying bullet.
It's the undead slaying bullet. So I think he's still. Yeah, it's not a spell. Ba-bam. 29.
He rolled a 9.
14 piercing damage.
He uses his legendary resistance to not die.
Fuck that guy.
I mean, we knew that he had them to burn,
That's true. Okay.
and I did
He'd
just
already-
burn through one
I've
of them.
still got 4 of those bullets left.
Okay.
We just need him to roll a 9 3 more times, probably.
Like whether or not if you succeed and he dies, that cuts a fight short. And also, if you succeed and he burns through all of his legendary resistances, that makes the fight easier. Either way, it's a good situation.
It's a benefit. And none of this cover is technically extant at the moment, correct?
Correct.
So I don't need to move behind anything because there's nothing to hide behind.
We are currently in the safer Sephiroth zone where there's just colors everywhere.
Yeah. At the end of your turn, he raises a hand, pointing a finger at you, Gent.
I'd like to. See if I can. He's obviously using somatic components. Can I try and ID what he's casting at me?
Make an Arcana check.
He's just gonna point at you and say, "You suck."
19.
He seems to be preparing to cast Finger of Death.
Which is different than Power Word Kill.
Yes.
Yes, finger of death is the one that makes you a zombie if it kills you.
It's one Ithram almost ate.
Yeah.
So when Ithram did eat.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna let him get away with that one, I guess.
No,
that
I'm
seems-
not.
That seems like a
Okay.
bad
no,
plan.
No.
I have
Yeah.
limited counter spells. And
I'll counter that at 5th level.
All right, roll a counter check. Intelligence
All
roll.
right, still at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
22.
All right, you succeed in countering the finger of death.
By the way, today I learned like a couple days ago while I was looking through the wizard traditions that abjuration wizards get to add their proficiency to counterspelling.
Yeah, abjuration wizards are.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah,
Abjuration wizards are annoying to fight if you're.
You
if
don't
you're
get to
a
cast
caster.
spells. I'm sorry, just no.
Correct.
Dude, doing damage to them is the nightmare.
yeah,
Right?
Yes,
because they get their ward too.
abjuration
Fucking
wizards.
shield is ridiculous.
Abjuration wizards are the best counterspeller. Are the best blue magic players.
Which makes them the worst mages.
Or the best mages.
I mean, yes, also that, but
No one but
Best
me gets to
mages when it-
cast spells.
best mages when it's you or your friend. Worst mages in every other situation.
Yeah.
Abjuration wizard is no. I'm the wizard.
All
I
right.
mean, I don't play black. I
oh,
don't
look.
know what you're talking about.
Well, this one doesn't have any material or somatic components, so
Oh.
all right. Titania, how many hit points do you have?
And I see
So-
that something is happening.
More
So-
than
so
you
I-
want to ask.
So I've got 83 plus 56 temporary HP from the fungal infestation thing or whatever it's called.
Yes.
That many. So that's
130
how many
something.
total? 80 something.
I wonder if temporary hit points count for this.
I don't
They are
know.
hit points.
I have
83
to-
plus
I
56.
I have to look this up.
139.
See,
Right now.
and that gets into interesting discussions of like theoretically, not saying not trying to put a target on my face or anything. If you are in a shape change form and someone casts power word kill, does that kill you?
Hit points
Because rules
okay,
is written,
so-
it doesn't say you go to 0 hit points.
Sage Advice has actually answered this. If you are in a form that has less than 100 hit points and by shapeshifting and you get power word killed, you die.
Nice.
Because it doesn't reduce you to 0 hit points, it kills you.
Yes, disintegrate is the same thing, I believe.
Yeah.
yeah.
If you get disintegrated in a shapeshifting form, you die.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not you get reduced to 0 hit points and start counting and start making death saving throws. It's you die. So temporary hit points do not stack with hit points for purposes of anything that calculates hit points.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the Crawford ruling.
However, I need to make a roll because I would say the additional if somebody is able to suss out hit points, they wouldn't necessarily be able to determine the difference between temporary hit points and hit points.
Okay. Okay.
So let's make it a insight check.
My passive deception is 12.
Roll me a performance check.
Okay. I gotta look. I've got a +7 to that. I feel pretty good.
Oh. You need to stop saying "ow" while we're here.
Well done, Mara. I am so proud of you. As the resident shit roll.
God.
You have inspiration, Mara.
I don't. It's all
Okay.
gone.
Oh no.
So his
Oh,
insight. So
God.
he rolled a 20 for his insight.
Of course he did.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
wouldn't he?
And you
Oh,
rolled an
God.
8 for your performance check to seem
Yeah.
beefier than you are.
Yeah.
And he knows you're the healer because he's been watching you guys fight all of his
Yep.
minions this whole time.
Yeah, yeah, he sure does.
So he spends one sorcery point to subtle spell, which means there are no verbal or somatic components to this casting.
God damn it.
And power word kill only has verbal components.
Okay.
Is he using? He just tried to cast Finger of Death on Gent, though.
Yeah, he just tried to cast Finger of Death on Gent. It's now his turn.
Oh, he did that as a
Legendary
reaction.
Death was a
action.
legendary
He did that at
action,
the
yeah.
end of Gint's
Yeah.
turn
Ah.
so that you would counterspell.
I mean, you can't counterspell a subtle spell anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's making you feel like you're doing something.
he wants.
I mean,
you
he
to
still
feel it.
wasted a slot.
Yeah.
He wants
Is
you
there
to
any
feel
is there any
involved
chance-
in the combat.
Right.
He's a
Is there any
caring
chance
bad
Gent
guy.
can make? Is there any chance that Gent can make an insight check to realize that he's doing something?
With yes, with disadvantage.
Okay.
Because the subtle spell specifically is designed
Yeah,
to
no,
avoid
it's-
counter spells.
Yep, that's fair. 13.
Let's make a roll for him. He'll make a deception check.
Okay. Pretty sure his deception is probably going to.
He rolled a 16 on the deception check,
Okay,
God
no,
damn it!
Nope.
which is
Here
really
we
low
go.
for him. So,
I was gonna
Right.
say, yeah, no, that's
is it worse
That's
that it was only 3 away?
absolutely legit.
So, Titania,
Yes.
Yeah.
Rhyhor looks at you and smiles, and you feel nothing. The rest of you see Titania collapse to the ground. Titania, your consciousness fades, and you are
Okay.
engulfed in blackness. As he casts Power Word Kill on the healer.
It's technically not necrotic damage, though.
It is not necrotic damage, but it also doesn't reduce you to death saving throws, it just kills you.
Yeah.
Our
But it doesn't.
situation
I-
just got a lot worse, people.
I am assuming that it also doesn't turn her into a zombie on
No,
on
it
his
does
next
not-
turn.
It does not turn her into a ghoul. So Titania is dead at the moment.
at the moment.
Titania's turn. Titania is dead. Kalerna.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so
I was gonna summon some reflections. It was gonna be really cool because they can like strength drain, and I'm pretty sure at least one of them would hit, and then like
Yeah, the regular
Yeah.
you is still
Anyway.
paralyzed at the moment, so.
damn it! I cannot get far enough back to charge him.
Well, your normal body is also paralyzed, so you can't move anyways.
That's true. That is also true.
yeah, only that's why you had to
That's
kill
right,
it.
that's
That's
right,
why you
that's
had to
right.
kill the bone claw with your echo.
Well, in that case,
Careful not to step on Titania.
Crunch. Whoops.
I mean, I'm not going to do more damage at this point, right? Shit, I forgot I need to pull up Triceratops character. Sorry, I was busy getting all of the rest of my shit up and running. So, okay. All right, I'm going to make this a well, I mean, obviously it is. Can I even do a trampling charge with my echo? Because my echo, the echo ability that's allowing me to do shit is when you would take the attack action, any action you make can originate from your or the echo's space. Technically, the trampling charge
Yeah, I don't think you can do a
is
trampoline.
not an attack action.
Yeah.
But you take an attack you have to take an attack action to trigger it.
It's after you move a certain amount of space and then you can trampoline
And then
charge,
you
right?
attack, and if you hit,
Yeah, I would say the way that would work is that you can't actually do the charge with the echo. You'd have to do the
Okay.
charge. But if you charged and your echo was somewhere else, you could make that damage go from the echo.
okay, makes sense.
So like if you were in a space where you couldn't get to the target but your echo is already next to it, you could charge in a random direction.
Okay,
and
fair.
then smack them from the echo.
So I will just attack. Unfortunately, this is where I become less effective. I will attack one time.
Poke.
A 27 to hit.
A 27, even if he casts shield, that still hits.
He takes 18 piercing damage from being gored by a shadowy Triceratops.
Excellent.
Perhaps one of my favorite D&D statements I've made in a while.
So the Triceratops horns, unless the Ceratopper says otherwise, are not magical, correct?
It's your item. It is a magical item that enables the damage.
It's a magical item that enables the transformation.
Potato.
But it's an echo.
Like the druid has
Triceratops.
has to have a specific ability
Let me
that
look,
makes
because
its
I actually
attacks in
put all the
animal form
information
magical.
for the Ceratopper.
I gotta say,
Indeed,
most
yeah.
most shape shifting doesn't give you magical damage.
Yeah.
With the shift.
Hold on. Yep. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
So
nope.
the Triceratops. So you you stab into him with the horns, and even you like lift him up into the air, and he doesn't seem phased in the slightest. Because he is immune to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical weapons.
Well, it's on the rest of y'all.
I lifted him up so you have clear.
Because let me tell you, this wisdom save, because I'm making wisdom saves at the end of my turn,
Constitution save.
right? Okay, no, that's better. That's better.
It's concept. You just had your Triceratops' con reduced by 4.
Can he move 5 feet closer? Because if he moves 5 feet closer, I get advantage on the save.
He isn't moving. He hasn't moved this whole time.
Because I get advantage against spells cast by creatures within 5 feet of me.
It's not a spell. It's an ability from his claws.
Magic.
It's ghoul.
19?
19 succeeds. You're no longer paralyzed.
Oh, thank God.
Hey.
Do I have to, let me see, Ceratopper, do I have to?
The save happens at the end of your turn.
All it
That's
says,
yeah.
I'm aware, but all that it says is you cast the polymorph spell on yourself. It doesn't say.
Yeah, so it would be non-magical attacks.
It's no. What I'm saying is it essentially then a concentration spell by me?
Oh, I would say no. Because
How do I make it stop?
oh,
Is it a concentration spell?
fair. I would say you can just end the effect when you want.
Okay, yes. So free action, I end the effect.
Yeah, you can just drop it.
I am me again.
Okay.
And so is your echo, right?
And so is my echo.
Yes, that was your echo. You do still have the Constitution damage, but your Constitution was higher as Kalerna than it was as the Triceratops, anyways.
Oh, that's right. What was it? It was
You had taken 4 points of con damage.
4 points.
Mhm.
Okay.
You also have proficiency in your con saves while you are Kalerna rather than Triceratops.
Yes.
All right. At the end of your turn, before it goes to Valdeth,
Oh, my 10 hit points are gone. Cast Power Word Death on me. I have literally 100 hit points, so I want to see it fail.
he already used it, unfortunately.
Damn it.
It only
I was
has
gonna say, I think he only gets one of those.
the one.
I don't know. This is John's glitch. It might have
It's
more.
true.
He's got his own wand of triplicate, except it's way better. You get to die, and you get to die, and you get to die.
Oh yeah, no, that's plenty close. He can't spend spell points on his reaction on his legendary action. So, he raises a hand up, and as he does, a small bead of fire appears over 2 fingers.
We're not taking any questions.
So Gent, you can tell he's casting a spell.
Okay. Can I tell which one?
This is very
I mean, I
iconically
feel like
a
it's pretty
fireball.
obvious.
Okay. Well, there are other things, but okay.
It's very iconically a fireball.
Okay. Yeah.
The question
I'll counter
is-
that. Why not?
It's a D&D fireball specifically.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, do we want to counter the 3rd level spell when
I don't know what level he's casting it at.
fair?
You
And
have
it's a
advantage on this.
fireball, which is never not threatening.
I feel like a 32 probably hits him.
32 does hit him.
Okay, so he takes 12 points of piercing damage. And
What level are you
now
casting the
I
counterspell at?
do my counterspell? Okay.
Well,
I only have it at 3rd.
So yeah, you have to roll.
You have advantage.
I do have advantage. And that's just a straight intelligence check from what I understand. Hey, natural 20.
You shoot you shoot the small pebble of fire out of the air.
That was- and I nick his fingertips for the damage as well.
All right, Valdeth.
I am moving here. And because Adam has a reach up and I am flanking with him.
Correct.
Ah,
Reach weapon.
it is time to go to town. Valdez runs up, bonus action, send, gain a send charge, and attacks.
Nice.
You crit.
Very nice.
You hit with a crit.
Yes, it is a crit. It's because of my extra crit range. Because I'm holding this one-handed weapon and this versatile weapon in 2 hands. And I am going to hold trigger for a radiant shell.
So, how do you want to kill him this time?
So,
Right.
so Valdeth sort of looks over her shoulder at where Titania has sort of fallen over, and just kind of that narrowing of vision as she kind of looks back over at Rhyhor, and just in this kind of closes her eyes to concentrate for a second and puts her hand on the gunblade, and it's just this quiet moment amidst everything, and there's just the sound of a gunshot, and suddenly Valdeth is on the other side of Rhyhor from where she had been standing in her position by cover, and just the body of the Lich just slowly slides into 2 pieces.
As it dissolves into ash, the robes falling to the ground. We're out of initiative. And as we exit initiative, the first thing Adam does is run straight over to Titania, because he saved 1 spell slot, and cast Revivify.
Against running that
Woo.
way too.
So he pulls out from a bag a handful of small diamonds, crushes them in 1 palm, and just scatters the dust over Titania. And as he does, he says a few quick words, and there is this golden light. And Titania, you open your eyes. You are at 1 hit
She
point.
then immediately die because we're still in the negative energy
No,
plane.
so as the Lich dies, the negative energy plane disappears. Oh, also, you did take 15 points of necrotic damage at the start of your turn, Valdeth.
Yes.
Kalerna did too, but then dropped the Triceratops form, so it didn't matter. Though I guess the Echo would be gone, but
Yeah, the echo would have been gone. I wouldn't have done anything,
The
but
echo
I
would have
didn't
been-
do anything anyway.
yeah, so it's fine.
Narrative.
Hi.
Gen's just on his knees. He's got Titania in his arms, and he just looks up. Thank you, Father.
And he just sort of looks at you with like a weird look on his face and goes, "Bless you, my son," and he just starts walking back towards the Lich.
No, he means that quite literally.
He doesn't seem to be like processing that at the moment. It's just like, that was a weird thing to say.
I was dead.
For a bit.
Still need to find the phylactery to destroy it.
Yes.
It wasn't
Just-
the stone thing that he had. Did he leave that? We
I
should.
think that's the soul stone I think we need.
Adam
Probably.
sort of gets back over the body, reaches down, starts
Yeah.
looking for it.
Yeah, same.
You both sort of spot it at the same time, and he sort of reaches out for
Pick
it.
it up just in
You
case.
mage hand to pick it up. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
He reaches out for it. You mage hand to pick it up.
Perhaps we should wait to see if he's put wards against others handling it.
Fair. Also, we should look for a phylactery.
Yes. He seems fairly confident that he would at least keep it nearby. But
Well, we can look around.
yeah. I'm just gonna rifle through his pockets too.
Doesn't seem to be much.
I mean, didn't he dissolve into ash? How much?
Wait,
pockets?
yeah.
Yeah, there's just
Did he just dissolved, right?
yeah. The only thing left. The
Okay.
only thing left are these tattered robes that he was wearing. This black stone that you're holding with a mage hand, and this golden scepter.
Do we have a way of telling how? Do we have a way of identifying a phylactery at all?
Yes, I still have magic to identify.
Well, I mean, depending on how it's hidden. Yeah.
I can locate, but that's only if he hasn't done anything to hide it, which is pretty easy to do.
Yes.
And if you know what you're looking for.
The throne that he was sitting on is completely demolished because of the Triceratops, correct?
Correct.
Looking over the shards, is there any like motif or designs that would I don't know, be specific to a region?
Make an investigation check.
At advantage. 23.
23. You're unfamiliar with the sort of the motifs and the design of this chair, which tells you that it's probably from Euskorva.
Okay. These look like I'd hold it up towards Adam or Valdeth and Euskorva, perhaps. A clue to someone.
Adam sort of points towards Kalerna. That one would know.
Or Galerna.
Sorry, what?
Does this look familiar? Are you from? You're from Euskorva,
I
correct?
step over and take a look.
Make a history.
there.
Make a history check.
What exactly am I looking at? Something
You-
work
you-
happened.
you're looking at Ithram was investigating sort of the design motifs of the throne to sort of
Right.
get an idea of the origins of the potential origins of it, and it seemed Euskorvan, which is where you're from.
Right.
With a history check of 18, it's the design is vaguely familiar with it's sort of a very specific style of Gothic sort of architecture that is reminiscent of northern Euskorva. Yeah, there's a couple of different kingdoms up there north of Avalon.
Right.
That it could be, but like your best guess would be northern Euskorvan towards the towards the Arctic area.
Right. It is somewhere in the northern area of where I live.
More than anything else we've had to go on. We've got the limited amount of time.
I'm gonna
Gent.
healing spirit myself real quick.
Good, because that was
Just
going
to-
to be Gent's
yeah,
next
yeah.
question.
Fill
So-
yourself with the healing spirit.
Yep. I could roll them all, but it does 3d6 at this level per round
Roll them all.
plus the d4. Okay, you want me to roll them all?
3d6
All
plus
right,
d4.
hang
Let's
on.
go.
All right.
30,
Here we go.
30d6 plus 10d4.
30d6. Okay. Here we go.
I can't wait for you to roll all ones.
Stop saying that. That's terrible.
Still 40 hit points.
Yeah, I'm over full.
There you go. Back to full. I
I'm
finally
good.
got to kill a player with power word kill. I'm happy.
What do you mean finally? You did it in the first campaign.
No, I didn't. It got counterspelled.
No, not Gent.
Fakir?
Fakir died to it
Yep,
Did he?
100%.
Mm-hmm.
when the sorceress in the weird house in the middle of a dungeon casted
Yeah,
on him
mhm.
and
Yeah, we were
straight
in
killed
the
him with it.
middle of the tangled hedge maze thing.
Oh, right,
and
right,
that
right,
shadow
right.
sorceress that would not die because she kept making her freaking con saves. Anyway, sorry, audience, we're reminiscing.
Back when shadow sorcerers were broken.
With the 45 or so seconds I have left on Fox's cunning. Wait, no, it's an hour, not a minute.
I was gonna say that spell sucks if it's
Yeah. Yeah. I had a brain fart.
So you think it's not here?
Perhaps something
Do
hidden here.
do phylacteries read as well? He probably could have easily disguised it with more magic, but would they normally read as magical?
Normally, yes. If you can find it and identify it, you would be able to.
I mean, would a magic detection spell be able to find it if he hasn't disguised it like you have disguised Gent?
If he's disguised it like I disguised Kent, no, he could make it seem like a normal whatever it is.
Yeah, but if he hasn't,
he hasn't. It could be detected. Yes.
I mean, it's worth looking. Even if he could have disguised it, if he didn't, then it will help give it away. But
Yes.
Kalerna.
I think Jeremy's distracted.
Yeah, Jeremy's probably.
No, I'm
distracted.
listening.
All right.
I am somewhat distracted, but I am also listening.
Right. Kalerna, as they're having
Yeah.
this conversation, you notice there is a strange divot in the floor underneath where the throne was. It doesn't look like it's a part of the rest of the structure.
We'll walk up to it, kneel down.
You look at it, it's sort of a like almost a diamond shaped hole in the ground.
Okay.
That's sort of like you look at it and it definitely reminds you of the cross section of a sword, kind of.
It's a keyhole. Put your eyeball up to it.
Rhyhor didn't have a blade
No.
themselves, right?
He has a golden scepter.
Looks around. Take sword, sticks in hole.
So you slide. Why can't
Practice.
Califrigus is
Cal-
now the
Califrigus.
phylactery.
You slide Califrigus into the hole, and you all feel a pulse of energy as the sword slides down and clicks into place.
What?
What was that?
There is this radiant light that begins to erupt from the blade and the ground around it. As it does, as the light hits various aspects of the building around it, you watch as the bone structure begins to peel away, as if the light is just washing it clean. And you
More
all
happy light than murder light.
you all sort of like everything sort of whites out in all of your eyes. It particularly painful for Kalerna, as this bright light,
Yep.
as this bright light just shines. You all
Right.
have to close your eyes and everything. After a few moments, you can feel the light fade. You open your eyes, and you are standing on a hillock that is still fairly barren of life, but the keep around it is gone. And in addition, Califrigus looks slightly different. The blade is now a bit wider, and the hilt is the sort of what was previously sort of a fairly common silver wrapping is now two-tone. It has a silver, it's sort of like entwined silver and gold wrapping. And the crossguard that was once fairly straight is now a pair of wings, one curving up and one curving down.
Huh.
Can I make
Just
can I make an
Titania up a little
Arcana
bit so
check?
she can
Was
cheat.
the castle his phylactery?
You're pretty certain? No, the castle was not his flag.
Yeah, I was gonna
Give me an
say.
Arcana check.
To see what the fuck just happened. 17.
Sword did thing.
Yep. Too bright. Sword did thing.
Interesting.
Gen's gonna check on that as well, see if he can tell. I assume we look like we're still on the same island, etc.
Yeah, you're definitely still on the same island. It's just the keep is gone. And as you look
24.
out, you see there's no real sign of any undead presence anymore.
I checked my pocket on my squirrel.
This place was
It was a
this
rat,
place
and it's
Your rat.
gone.
this place was desecrated last time I checked it with Detect Evil and Good. Yes,
Correct.
I'm gonna cast Detect Evil and Good.
It is no longer desecrated.
Excellent.
With a
Good
20
sword.
with a 24 Gent, you're pretty certain that the base looks kind of like it was probably at one point related to some kind of temple.
Mm-hmm.
And your best guess is that that sword purified something, which caused a reaction that then cleansed the island, or at least this area of the island. And that amount of magical power seems to have changed the sword somehow.
Whoa.
Immediate problem, but we still need to find this phylactery.
Fairly
I
Can I borrow
barely
your
heard any of
sickle?
that.
Gent is mostly musing that this is very beneficial for the immediate situation, but we still need to find this phylactery. Titania, may I borrow your sickle?
Sure. I'll hand
Thank
it
you.
over.
And Gent's gonna do a series of fairly shallow cuts on his forearm, and then paint. Is there any sort of like stone surface or anything particularly flat and or pale around?
Yeah.
He's going to paint that symbol that he saw with his blood. He's going to paint that symbol that he saw in Galadier's tower and try and get in contact with him.
What
Galadier.
are you?
Galadier, can you hear me?
So make an intelligence check.
I still have advantage on those.
And are you trying to form a pact with Galadir?
Yes.
Shit.
At least a minor one.
All right.
16.
Maybe not become a
Not
warlock, but at least get his
to
attention.
say,
Next-
don't steal my concept.
One
nine.
one level of warlock for Gent.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
So yeah, you paint the spell and you sort of focus your ether into it and speak. And in the back of your mind, you just hear, "What do you want?"
We've just killed that lich that you had sort of pointed us toward, and we're having trouble finding his phylactery. Wondered if you had any expertise on the subject.
So you haven't killed the lich then?
Halfway.
The lich is not dead until its phylactery is gone.
I know this. We got the first obstacle out of the way in killing the lich.
If you didn't find it amongst the location that he was in, then very likely he's hiding it in a location of significance to himself. Did you find anything out about him?
Gent will go over what Ithram found out about the throne, the lieutenants, and the bas relief sculpture that we found on that large central pillar, and what we've sort of delineated as that kind of northern Eoscorban region as well.
A long time ago, there was a kingdom in the northern areas of East Curva. It is the ancient origin land of the Azure Legion, a history that they wish forgotten. Look for the grave of the Azure Legion's founders, and you may find your next clue.
Very good, Master.
If you're going to ask him questions, can you ask how long we've got till he reforms?
Does Gent sort of already know the patterns and lore on that already?
No.
Okay. Do you think how much of a schedule are we on for that?
That depends entirely on how much of his power base remains. If you've managed to decimate most of it, it'll take longer for him to reform.
Look around.
No, we did sort of purify an entire island a little bit.
Good. A week, then.
Well, we won't waste any more of your time then.
Good.
Stop calling this number.
Take me off your list. And Gent will flip the sickle around and hand the hilt back to Titania.
So, Kalerna, have you retrieved Califrigus?
Yes.
So, first thing you notice, it has enhanced in power. The second thing you've noticed is that there's something else you can do with it now.
Okay.
As you sort of hold it up and just instinctively flick a wrist. And as you flick your wrist, the blade unentwines from itself and splits into two. And then you put them back together, and it's back in one. I need to update the magic item still.
Right.
But you are now in possession of the Lux Califrigus. It is now a +3 longsword.
Nice.
Its damage die has increased to a. It now does a D10 when wielded single-handedly and a D12 when wielded with two hands. The extra fire and cold damage remains the same. But when you split it into two, it becomes a pair of long swords that are considered light weapons for purposes of dual wielding. And the left-hand sword deals the ice damage, and the right-hand sword deals the fire damage.
Nice.
So you can now split it into two for two-weapon fighting. When it's in its two-weapon fighting, you're considered wielding them with one hand. When it's put back to two, you can wield it with two hands.
This is a point where I get frustrated and realize I've been wielding this thing with two-handed the whole time because I don't have a shield, and I've only been rolling a D8 the whole time.
Well, now it'll be like you wielding it with two hands when you wield it with one hand. So
Yes.
But yeah, I'll need to update the I'll need to make a new magic item for it. But it is now the Lux Califrigus.
Fucking hell.
And it also shines with a dim light in general.
As long as it's only dim.
Only dim. It emits a it emits a 30-foot aura of dim light.
Which becomes bright light to your dark vision.
Did we hear just Gent's side of the conversation, or
Yes.
I don't know. It was okay.
So
What
Gent
did
will
he
come back.
Say.
Well, apparently we need to dig into the secret histories of the Azure Legion, find the northern kingdom in Ice Corva, where they were first formed, and where their leaders' graves are located. Apparently,
How long have we
there's
got?
About a week. apparently there's some dark mysteries that wouldn't do so well for the public reputation if everyone knew where the Azure Legion had originated. He turns to Kalirna. But what matters is what you do today, right?
Of course. What?
Meanwhile, Ithram, are you examining that stone?
Yeah.
Bring back an Arcana check.
All right. 20.
This is a soul stone that
All right.
possesses immense power within it.
I have 4 first level slots, so I'll cast Detect Magic on it and see what's currently affecting or inside it.
You're temporarily blinded by the magical power within it. It's like looking into a sun.
Yeah.
It's like, "Shah!"
You see the mage hand up in front of Ithram, and then he just goes, fuck, and turns around.
What?
Blinks for a minute. Oh. Nothing. It's just exactly what I expected.
There doesn't seem to be any magical traps or anything on it. It just seems to be a soul stone that contains a collective shard of Eidos.
Oh, so all right, yeah.
The thing you were looking for.
Yeah. Yep. This is to be kept from anything else that could be animated or enchanted.
What is it? Adam says.
It is a contained shard of Eidos. So also you stay away.
Why?
Just because you came from the what was it? The Shadowfront as well. Just in case. We don't want you to accidentally break it open.
Fair.
That would be bad.
Also, don't we have to go find the rest of your company?
Yes. We
This
need to go
should be
pick out
nearby.
the rest of the Ivory Legion. Yeah, they were hiding, and now that that's all gone, it'll be easier to get them, right? Hopefully, supposedly.
So long as there are no more hidden ogrepedes.
Ithram, are you still holding up enough magic for teleportation?
Teleportation, no. Teleportation circle, yes.
Ah.
Just give me a moment, and takes a minute to swap out Steel Wind Strike for, Arcane Bombardment for teleportation circle.
I'm gonna use the mage hand and my lantern to pick up the scepter.
You picked
Look
up this
at it.
scepter. It is a golden scepter with a large. Flanged head. It has a series of buttons going down the side of it.
I'm not gonna press one.
There are 6 buttons.
Hey, Ithram,
Yes.
what's this do?
You sure you don't?
Got buttons.
Are you sure you don't want to press one?
No, I'm not gonna press a button. I just died.
Titania is feeling uncharacteristically cautious.
I cast Identify, and I'll use my last meta magic point. Wait, no, I haven't even used one. I'll use a meta magic point to cast it from a distance, so I can tell what it is from 30 feet away.
All right. You look over, and your eyes gleam with knowledge.
It's dangerous.
It is a rod of lordly might.
Oh,
Excellent.
oh. Well then, as I looked that up real quick.
I had a player in the Avernus game literally sell their soul for one of those.
The rod has a flanged head, and it functions as a magic mace that grants a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. The rod has properties associated with 6 different buttons that are set in a row along the haft. It has 3 other properties as well, detailed below. The 6 buttons. You can press one of the rod's 6 buttons as a bonus action. Button's effect lasts until you push a different button, or until you push the same button again, which causes the rod to revert to its normal form. If you press button 1, the rod becomes a flame tongue, as a fiery blade spouts from the end opposite the rod's flanged head. You choose the type of sword. As you press button 2, the rod's flanged head folds down and 2 crescent-shaped blades spring out, transforming the rod into a magic battle axe that grants +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. As you press button 3, the rod's flanged head folds down, a spear point springs from the rod's tip, and the rod's handle lengthens into a 6-foot hat, transforming the rod into a magic spear that grants a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with it. If you press button 4, the rod transforms into a climbing pole up to 50 feet long, as you specify. In surfaces as hard as granite, a spike at the bottom and 3 hooks at the top anchor the pole. Horizontal bars, 3-inch long, fold out from the sides, 1 foot apart, forming a ladder. The pole can bear up to 4,000 pounds. More weight or lack of solid anchoring causes the rod to revert to its normal form. If you press button 5, the rod transforms into a handheld battering ram and grants its user a +10 bonus to strength checks made to break through doors, barricades, and other barriers. If you press button 6, the rod assumes or remains in its normal form and indicates magnetic north. Nothing happens if this function of the rod is used in a location that has no magnetic north. The rod also gives you knowledge of your approximate depth beneath the ground or your height above it. It also has the ability to drain life. When you hit a creature with a melee attack using the rod, you can force the target to make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw. On a failure, the target takes an extra 46 necrotic damage, and you regain a number of hit points equal to half that necrotic damage. This property can't be used again until the next dawn. It can paralyze. When you hit a creature with a melee attack using the rod, you can force the target to make a DC 17 Strength saving throw. On a failure, the target is paralyzed for 1 minute. The target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on a success. This property can't be used again until next dawn, and it can terrify. When holding the rod, you can use an action to force each creature you see within 30 feet of you to make a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw. On a failure, the target is terrified of you for 1 minute. A frightened target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a success. This property can't be used again until the next dawn.
Oh, and he
It's a
walks
badass beat
closer.
stick.
Yeah, he walks closer, and it's being held
What
up
is
by
it?
the mage hand, right?
Yeah. What is it?
It's a very, very powerful weapon.
Ithram, you're looking at it and go, I could put my gem on that.
Yeah. Well, I'm also thinking, does it bear any similarity to the vision he had when he died? Like, at all?
I'd have to look back at your bio. Hang on.
Did you put it in his bio?
I don't remember what the vision was.
It was no, when he just died to the finger of death.
Oh, to the finger of death. No.
Okay. Yeah. It is very powerful, as Gent put it, beat stick. It can turn into a number of weapons. Tell you where you are. Well, it can tell you which way is north, should there be a north. Many functions. As he's just like staring at it.
Scrolling through the tooltips.
Yep.
Magically popped up.
Yep. These stats are unreal. No. It is safe to handle, though.
Oh. Okay. She'll reach
Now
out and
she
grab
pushes
it.
a button.
Not that one, that's the
Yeah.
ladder. No.
I pressed the first button. Actually, I'd start at the top.
Nothing happens.
I don't know if that's a button 1 or button 6.
Nothing
but I
happens
pressed
because it
the
requires
top one.
attunement.
Yes,
I was gonna say you're not attuned
Okay.
to it.
Yes,
Well, I press it anyway.
Nothing happens.
it's broke.
Okay.
Oh, never
Oh.
mind.
It requires attunement to
Ah.
function properly.
Of course.
Yes, this is. It looks over at Lux Calfrigus on par with Kalerna's new weapon, or is Kalerna's weapon an artifact?
No, Kalerna's weapon would be legendary.
Okay, it is on
Yeah,
par.
roughly
with,
on par.
Yeah, with Kalerna's sword.
I like mine better.
I have no doubt.
The big difference between a roll is that
Jack, you're muted.
anyone can use a Lord of Rodley Might, not just
Yeah,
not
not just good.
not just people who are good with martial weapons.
All right.
Well,
Well, we do have.
I
to
don't
get
think it gives
going.
you proficiency with any of its types.
It's a simple mace, so if you have proficiency with simple weapons,
When it's a mace, yes, but when it becomes a flame tongue or a battle axe or a spear, it's
Yeah, fair.
I can't use a battle axe, but I can use everything else.
It gives you lots of
unless you're good at swords, you can't use it as a flame tongue.
I mean, you
Uh,
can.
You choose the type of
You're
sword.
just not proficient with it.
Yeah, but all of the swords it has are, I believe, are martial weapons.
No, you choose like there are
You can make it a short sword.
No,
It's any sword.
all the swords it can be are martial weapons. It can be a great sword, a long sword, a rapier, scimitar, or a short sword, all of which are martial weapons.
Yeah. But yeah.
Well, let's go get the rest of the Ivory Legion then, shall we?
yes.
Of course.
Right, Ivory, not Azure. Sorry, I'm hearing like so many legions that we're talking about
A lot
right
of
now.
colors.
It
Yeah.
takes a lot of more stone materials, but I really not
Ivory's a
material
bone,
types.
actually.
Material types.
If
Sorry,
If-
I
We should start calling ourselves the Steelheart Legion.
was simply a bit thrown off by the idea.
Please, no.
Anyways.
No.
sorry, no, I think if I had known that Azure Legion existed, I might have picked a different name. Anyways, let's go get the rest. And Adam leads the way.
And it's going to keep an eye out for anything helpful along the way, because we don't know what else was in this
Yeah.
keep thing.
Could you use this, Isram?
Did those tattered robes seem magical
could.
at all, or are they just tattered robes?
Detect magic.
Yes, the robes are magical.
They are.
We should bury them in a shallow grave with one of our friends.
Disease tradition.
What?
Hold
what
up.
kind-
Wait 1 minute. If she's not here.
I was wondering if somebody was going to get to that. I kept
Yeah.
thinking it in my head, but
Yeah.
Kalerna doesn't know that thing.
No.
I was super excited for you guys to all just completely
Just leave.
and then at the end
No.
of game be like, so did anybody think to look for Ariel?
Somebody stand on the hill. If you get shot, she's here.
I think you have to stand on the hill and yell, "Your hair looks like shit."
I mean, unless he's put her behind some
I
sort
think
of
the
hiding
actual
thing.
I think the actual key phrase is just hand over the Minar in that weird accent that demon had.
Hand over the manar.
I don't know. I feel like she'd probably shoot on sight right now because you left all of her good shit in a fucking ditch.
Well, obviously we knew
Rip
she
the
was gonna
body.
be-
What kind of bounty hunter are you?
We're not
I
bounty
don't-
hunters.
They
That's
were-
That's not
specific.
the point.
They
You
were
could have-
leaving-
I can look for her.
Look.
We knew you were gonna
Ariel
reanimate and you were gonna need it.
Ariel became someone else's loot box. It's fine.
That said, I do really like the idea that if you guys had taken it at some point, she just shows up, hasn't bothered like get dressed or like get clothes from anywhere else, has just like gotten up, is like, all right, I guess I gotta go find them, and just shows up.
I can
Finally,
find
I
her.
caught up to you.
I think I can find her. Maybe. It's
Also, are you examining the robes at all, Ithram?
Yeah, I'll. I got one more after this. I'll cast Identify.
They are black robes of the Archmagi.
All right.
Ithram's like,
They
well,
still have
I gotta
color-
change my
color rules?
alignment. Yes, they do.
Yeah, right.
There are 3 colors of the robes of the Archmagi: white for good, gray for neutral, black for evil.
Yep.
You can't attune to a robe of the Archmagi that doesn't correspond to your alignment.
Look, take one for the team on this.
Ithram's like, hold on.
Who's got the lowest hit points?
I
No.
need to go.
All right,
I
gotta
need-
start killing some kids.
I need to go murder some puppies. Hang on, I'll be back.
These are powerful, but they're
They're
For-
useless to me.
yeah. It's the wrong aesthetic.
Are you neutral or good?
He's good. He's good. Neutral good.
Runervon could have used them, but he's dead.
Darn.
And there's always that halfling or goblin or whoever in the weird shop back in Terra that we sold the demon armor to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Quick scale.
No,
I mean, or him.
no. Quickscale was selling random
Yeah,
trinkets. from a
Quickscale
dragon's
wants
hole.
to get rid of things.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
Quickscale's trying to drop things for his
no.
master.
There's a I can't remember which shop it is, but it's the it's the mask. It's the it's the temple where they buy anything, no questions asked.
Was it
yeah.
the Temple of Leniarathis?
No. Oh God, why can't I remember all the deities?
Singramar.
Yes, Singramar. Temple of Singramar.
Alain's the goblin in there.
Elaine. Yeah.
Alain.
But these are for individuals or creatures that, for lack of a better term, are truly evil. So perhaps we should
Be
hold on to them,
disposed of, or
but yes, disposed of or perhaps even destroyed. if
Against
possible.
like, ooh, a gift for Galadir.
I was going to say something for Galadir, something for my fucking uncle, who's also Galadir.
He's a Galadir.
Well, do you
light.
want to give these sorts of items should probably be disposed of,
indeed.
so as
It-
creatures that would benefit from them?
Are there I mean, this is entirely just me fucking spitballing, but do you think a powerful crafter of arcane items could potentially purify it into something you could use?
Is that a thing that you can do?
Yeah, you could probably alter these into white robes. It would probably be very expensive and take a while, but
It is possible,
Think
but it
Kalina
is.
just stick her sword in it again?
Stab these roads.
Sadly, this
please.
is not. I do not believe that Califragus has that level. Yet,
Ask.
give it time, but not right now.
That was Australian for like a half second there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Not
Ethram, do you want this the rod then, or
Yeah, I could use that.
Ithram grips the rod.
Rod in one hand, staff in the other.
Mm,
Yes.
If you
I'll take it from the mage hand.
if you steal Wind Strike using the Rod of Lordly Might, it's a flavor win.
Yeah.
John, I need you to be more ashamed of yourself than you're currently capable of being.
are
Valdeth looks at the best martial weapon that she's come across so far go into the wizard's hands.
You're very specialized. You already have your weapons.
Just saying, the
I
flame
can-
tongue is the best sword that I can use.
Let's before we figure out what to do with all these items and whatnot, let's find out the other party members and then get off this island.
Adam's already like halfway across the land bridge.
Yeah.
and Ariel.
And Ariel,
Ariel, yes.
Do you have anything that can go very fast, very quickly. Ithram, left or not?
No, I have a way to get us home. And that's
Okay.
about it.
Okay, I'm gonna go look for her.
Do you have a method of finding her?
Yeah.
All
If
right,
she's
I'm
not
coming
hidden.
with you.
Okay. And I'm going to use locate object for something that we buried with her.
Technically, the body is an object now. I'm
Possibly,
just
yeah.
saying.
The dread helm.
There are no pings.
And I turn into a giant eagle and fly. Just start circling for as long as the spell lasts.
You
trying to
circle.
look for her.
You circle for the full extent of the spell. You get no pings.
And back down by everyone. Turn back.
Anything?
No.
Well, there's always the chance that she wasn't taken by Rhyhor, but by Simon or whoever that other necromancer from her past was.
Yes, Simon.
Simon.
Tiamon.
Siamon.
Let's go find the others.
Siamon, take 'em on.
Oh, I figured we would have done that while you were flying around.
Yeah. That's fair.
The circle's all drawn,
It
just
took a
waiting.
little while. It's like 10 minutes for locate object, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Adam with the others. All right, well, I don't know if your circle's going to get us all back, but we have contingencies.
It can.
It can?
Can you move? Yes, it has no limit on the number of individuals. Just how many can get through it within a certain amount of time.
That would save us time. All right, we'll go that way. 6 seconds, everyone run.
Yep. So the circle's already drawn. Everybody ready? Anybody limping needs help, just gets pulled through. And then a bit of red electricity courses through Ithram, slams his fist down on the ground, and then portal rips open.
Where are you teleporting to?
I don't think we have a circle in Grifftop, so it'd be to Rom then.
Ram would be closest to you.
Yeah, Taram. Waveborn District.
So the Weaveborn District? Yep.
Yeah, Weaveborn.
Yeah,
Sorry. I can't read my own writing. Cool.
Slam your fist down, electricity crackles, the portal opens, the Ivory Legion rushes through, the Steel Hearts rush through, the door slams behind. As you all leave Exter and return to Taram. And that's where we're going to take a break. So if you're watching on Twitch, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. And remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, grab a drink, grab some food, whatever it is you need to do. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. And we're back. So, you have made it back
Taram.
to Taram.
Okay, cool.
You all stumble through the teleportation circle, sign the book, exit out of the room.
Still hurts, we're back.
You exit out into the starry night sky of Taram. With
All right.
Well, it's night.
a soul stone in one hand and responsibility in the other.
So I drop what's in the other hand.
No responsibility.
All right, let's
Run away.
get a room for the night before we teleport to Uskorva to kill a fucking phylactery.
How are we teleporting there? I haven't seen any trees.
I mean,
Well,
Ithram can sort
our-
of.
our
make it
wizard can-
50-50.
Teleport us there.
Okay.
I can let me. I can at best ballpark it. I don't even understand that term right now. I'm too tired, but I can guess.
Ithram, they're asking you to do a repeat of the last time you tried to teleport to a place you've never been to and hadn't seen.
Yes.
It didn't go that badly that time, actually. The first time it went badly, but the second time was fine.
Do you have a lot of parks with balls in it? I don't get it.
No, I heard it somewhere around here in Taram. I don't understand it, but is there some sort of game or?
Yeah,
it's-
it's Goblin Ball. Adam says. I learned about it not too
Goblin Ball.
long ago.
So we're going to play Goblin Ball? I don't. Never mind.
I don't know the rules. I couldn't teach you. I just know it's the thing. I'm gonna go
Right.
sleep.
But the main thing is,
The thing is that
Kalerna
it will
can
be.
describe to us with great detail where she's from. Ithram can take that description, aim for it, and then we'll.
Ithram can also use magic to find the place.
Actually, I can use magic if and have Kalerna if you would be okay with this. If you would think of the area that you grew up in, I could read your mind, and based off those images, perhaps make it a
So-
bit easier.
I'm just gonna mark this out here. This
Hmm,
that's
way
Avalon.
down. That's way
We want to
down
go
there.
up north.
Oh.
I mean, quite frankly, we could teleport to Sharkmouth Bay and windwalk.
Yeah, that'd be faster.
That would be much faster.
Yes.
And you have a rock to that, so
And we can let the druids know.
that the X-Tear is back to being X-Tear.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. So that's that's Avalon down there. The area that you were described as, maybe you want to look in is somewhere in there.
Yeah, so we
No,
go to
few-
we
Few
teleport to
100,000
Sharkmouth Bay.
square miles. This is a big
We-
landing spot.
We teleport to Sharkmouth Bay. We windwalk across, and we use legend lore to try and find out more information to try and get where we need to go.
Yes, efficiency would be better. I agree.
Yes, we can discuss this when we find out rooms.
Place to stay.
All right, well,
I happen to be sitting in an amount of cash for once. I can get you the supplies you need for more legend lore if you need it.
well, I'm buying us all rooms at least. We're in the Weaveborn district. What is the most upscale tavern here, or inn, I should say?
The most upscale tavern or inn is not in the Weaveborn district. Like, or do you mean just specifically the most upscale one
specifically
in the
Weaveborn
Weaveborn district?
Yep.
Okay.
Because we have had a hell of a day, and I'd rather not have to air cab or tramp our asses all over the city.
Yeah. There's the genie's lamp is sort of the premier in the Weaveborn district.
All right.
I've got to get all those fucking materials to remake two rings that got deleted. Fucking piece of shit. Ask White.
Okay.
What's deleted mean? So Adam and the
Leave
remaining
everybody there.
Adam and the remaining Ivy Legion have sort of already wandered off.
Okay.
Oh no. I would have elbowed Gant real hard.
I'm going to pay for rooms. It'll be fine.
No. You need to talk to him.
Yes. When we don't have a week to kill a lich and we're both back in Grifftop where I can run over and reintroduce him to my mother.
Okay. Don't
Going to be
forget.
the next reason that you put this off for.
I'll come up with something.
It's hard to
Look,
introduce yourself as the son of a dead man when he's dead again.
I'm going to speak with him about it, but we unfortunately have pressing matters, and my family drama can take a slight backseat until we at least, have a couple things settled, like a vengeful list checked off, hopefully. If the demons decide to give us a break, I'll do it then. If not, we'll take care of them.
Speaking of, you're still a plant, yes?
Ithram, am I still a plant?
I believe so. We cast it.
We cast it. You cast it last night before we slept.
Yes.
All right.
You're still a plant.
Okay. Yes.
Where-
It's just the counter has reset.
No.
I think
No.
we're on third day.
I don't think we missed a
Alright.
day. I think we've been
No, we
intentionally
did.
keeping it up. Did we? Oh.
Yeah, no, we had to switch it.
There was at least one point where we did, yeah.
You swapped it to undead. And then back
Oh,
to
yeah.
plant.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because wait, yeah, no, blight didn't affect that.
All right. Let's get some rooms, take a rest. Ithram, if you're up for it, we'll get back to the bay in the morning. Possibly stop off and give the druids the good news if they're around. Otherwise, Titania, you'll be ready to turn us into mist so that we can get onto the mainland on the far side?
Yep.
All right.
Do I need to head out and get you supplies for legend lore?
I have one more casting. I have enough for one more casting, but
We should get some extra supplies for that.
Yes, but the amount of times that I've cast it on the Rhyhorse specifically, and also as phylactery, there isn't.
Yeah, but we're not looking for Rhyhorse phylactery. We're looking for the seat of the Azure Legion's founding.
That's
Ithram, where are you holding the soulstone?
Always the question you want your DM to ask. Where
I've
is
been
that
waiting-
powerful item?
Yeah, I've been like, hey, just forget about it, John.
Nope. It does
let's see.
things on its
Yeah,
own.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, because he's not gonna have that out in the open. I just need to make sure I don't have any weird shit in my fucking bag of holding. All right. I would put it in the bag of holding, but I'm going to take out a few items and give them to who else has a bag of holding?
Valdeth does. Well,
none
Valdeth
of-
has a bra of holding.
Close enough.
So you don't get the book that causes psychic damage every time you touch it. I will also take out my planar binding gem because I'm not even gonna risk that doing some weird shit.
Congratulations, you bound Eidos to the material plane in another spot.
In a bag of holding somewhere in the astral sea.
So you swap some things out. Of the
Yeah,
thing.
but it goes in the bag of holding.
When did you put it in the bag of holding?
Before you
teleported? Okay, cool.
Yes.
So at about this time, how much stuff is in your bag of holding?
Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Literally the worst question that a DM can ask.
Oh, the only thing that's actually in it is honestly mostly spell components.
Cool. You feel your normally fairly empty feeling bag of holding suddenly fill up.
I open it.
It's full of shit. Like it's full of all your stuff.
I immediately rifle through all said shit, looking for one particular black stone.
It's there, but your bag is no longer a bag of holding.
It's just a bag.
Just a bag.
Just
A bag.
Fucking course.
And
Well,
You notice that
you
notice that the things that were nearest to it have petrified and decayed.
This thing's not going to let us do
I
this, is it?
Don't.
Well, so yeah, I'll. So at one point, Ithram will.
It's a
grab
soul stone
everybody.
filled with a bunch of literal goddess of entropy.
Yeah. So while we're all talking and Ithram feels that, he'll immediately go, "Well, fuck," and then he'll pull his bag up and then slam it down on the ground, and you guys hear all the shit.
right.
Perhaps tomorrow we take this and deal with
Where?
to the Shadowfront to the
Tomorrow?
Have we
Can we
established
get
whether or
that-
not teleportation works within the Shadowfront?
No, you haven't established it.
at the very least.
You imagine going in would work, but going out would be harder.
Yes.
But we're very familiar with the shore where the hole is. We've been there and spent some time there studying that damn hole.
And
Okay.
Gent still has a flask of water and some of the sand that he got off the shoreline.
Okay, so tomorrow we go and do that.
It's because this is only going to get worse. Based on the rate, how long have we been here back in town at this point?
So it seems like it disenchanted, based on the time since you put it in the bag, it seems like it disenchanted your bag in about an hour.
Okay.
Put it in a lead box.
It may not be lit in the morning. This is holding a fragment of a deity that breaks down everything.
Hey, why don't we maybe ask someone if they've got a box that won't disintegrate with that?
You're the person with the divine contacts.
Yeah. Do I think yeah.
Which one of the three main children are you familiar with?
Well, I mean, I've met the one who's like the archbishop or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is what, the third born?
Terra Valkorian, the second born.
Second born.
Second born. Okay.
No,
yeah.
You've also met the third born as well.
Who's the third born? I don't remember this.
Jack Sulzbach Valkorian.
Oh, that's right.
No, Skeleton Man.
Skeleton. I can ask. We have
Skeleton
to go
Man.
up to the palace, or the up to, was it day? I think we're that was, or was that up in Regis? Actually,
Regis.
I don't think it. Okay.
The archbishop.
Re-
The archbishop is in the the palace.
Okay. Yeah. I think that should go up. Yeah.
Can you contact her and let her know what we've got and how we need to hold on to it?
Did she have an earring or not?
Not as far as you could tell.
I don't think so, unless. Hey.
Hey.
Hey. What was his name again? Sorry, I have to look up my giant family. I don't remember their names off the top of my head anymore. My brain is a sieve. There it is.
Legion General Varnabas.
Nope.
Okay.
I mean, it could also be good.
Your archfey, Grandpa?
Yeah, he was the one who could contact me out of the blue. So I'm gonna try him. Hey, Philanderol.
Philanderil.
Philanderol?
Like Philanderer.
Yeah.
Philanderil.
I picked that up. Hi. Are you there?
No response.
Okay. No, never mind. He's busy. No, I'll just go up there. It'll be.
Ithram, don't you have a lead box somewhere? I feel like you had a lead-lined box at some point. You're also in the Mage District where you can find those things.
Yeah.
Didn't we determine that the way that the Shadowfront eats things, it eats through certain objects slower?
Yes.
And wasn't lead one of the slowest things it eats through?
I mean, you never tested lead. Things that are wholly aligned with a singular type of ether. So, like
iron spikes.
Earth.
That's what I have.
You know, earth, water.
I feel like lead is pretty solidly earth aligned ether.
Yes,
Yeah.
we could.
Earth, water, like whole like if you suspended it in if you suspended it in an urn of water, the water might still be water by the morning. Who knows?
We can shop for one of those. Yes.
Let's try and get something to maybe contain this thing for a bit and make our way to the second layer.
The leather straps of the bag
first-
snap and it falls to the ground.
Yes.
Quickly now.
Hurry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mage hand. It's being
Buy
held.
a lead box real quick.
And
Uh,
actually, this probably shouldn't travel through the city. If I give you,
I will go get a fucking lead box. Valdez says she goes to walk off to get a lead box.
spend 100 gold, get a lead box.
Get a fucking lead box. I bring back a fucking lead box.
Ithram stone.
Ting,
No.
ting. You lock it in a box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, should I go up there now and maybe let me know if it breaks anything more?
We should definitely go
If
up
we
there
don't
now.
want to move it. Okay. I head up to the first layer.
Valdez will go with her.
You head up. You find yourself once more in the palace. Large, imposing structure made of dark stone and red tile with gold lining. Walk inside. Large hallways, many tapestries, golden light. Find your way to the door that you last saw Archbishop Terra Valkorian behind.
Knock knock.
The door opens. On the inside, there is the golden-haired, dark brown skin and sort of glowing golden eyes of Terra Valkorian, who is sitting at the desk. Hello, Titania, correct?
Yes.
Welcome back.
Thank you. We have a problem that we hope you can help with. We have a stone that we are going to go use to fix the Shadowfront, but currently it is trying to eat a hole through reality, and we need a very good box. all out of one kind of ether. We have it in a lead-lined box right now, but
To provide a more specific summary, we have a soul stone of Eidos, which we can use to try and capture the fragment of Eidos that is causing the source of the Shadowfront. We need a way to contain it while we do that.
I see. Well, she sort of thinks for a second. Could acquire a reliquary from the palace here. Infused with
Okay.
enough divine energy, it may be enough to hold off the power of a second deity. Wouldn't be able to have it ready before tomorrow, though.
Oh, we've got it currently sealed in a box of lead, and hopefully that'll be slow it down enough to last till morning, because we're not going to be able to teleport to the Shadowfront until morning anyway.
Oh. Titania, you'll need to come with me.
Sure.
She stands up. She's not actually much larger than you. Like you and her are roughly the same size. And she seems like if you didn't know she was so much older than you, you would say she was roughly the same age.
Mm-hmm.
But when she moves, it's less walking and more gliding. As the robes around her sort of billow as she moves. And she leads you out the door, turns to Valdeth. Return to the others. It will take us some time.
Right, we'll start making plans.
She leads Tanya down the hallway.
Auto game, do we know how to do this thing? Who gave us the idea?
The voice in your head
Yeah.
Good to know, right.
Yep.
said that the stone would be able to stop it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And then said that, the best way to destroy it would be to present it to a god of some kind.
Yep.
Terra leads you down the hallway through a series of doors. Eventually, you find yourself in a dark room lit only by a pair of torches by the door you enter through.
Okay.
As Terra walks through it, torches begin to light. And you see there are rows and rows of caskets. A divine reliquary, she begins speaking, is something molded from the bodies of divinity, or those related to it. So, those of our family line that are buried here will have to give up some bone. It is best that such a reliquary is crafted by one of our bloodline. So this will be your task for the evening.
Right. Okay.
These heroes have all rested steeped in the aura of divinity of those of us that are immortal. So their bones should suffice. Wander.
Do I know how to start?
Wander and examine. Find one that feels right.
Okay. Sure.
So you can either make just a flat wisdom roll,
Mm-hmm.
or you can make a religion check.
Well, let's do a flat wisdom roll because that's way better. Just wisdom. There we go. Let's see. Come on. 14.
So you wander through the crypt, seeing names of ancient heroes of your line, people whose stories, some of whom the stories you have heard, others whose stories you've never heard. Eventually, you come across one fairly medium-sized tomb, whose name seems to have been scratched away, either by time or by, it seems mostly by time, you imagine, rather than by, there's no like definitive scars, it's just sort
Okay.
of blurred away.
Mhm.
And that sort of draws your attention to it. You step up, push aside the heavy stone lid, and inside there is the skeleton of an elf. One that seems roughly your build, almost. What bone do you take?
Well, we need it to hold the stone, so something bull-like. I'm gonna take the skull.
You take the skull? Okay.
Yep.
Pull the skull out. This sort of slightly more light and slim, sort of slightly more angular than a human skull. As you look at it and sort of turn it over in your hands, rotate it. Yeah, that would definitely hold as a bowl. You'll need to craft it into a bowl for it to be effective.
I think I need tools. Is she still there?
Yeah, she's still there. She's sort of standing off to one side watching. There's a workbench. And she sort of gestures, and you can see at the end of this long sort of repository, another pair of torches light, and there's a table.
Thanks.
You head over,
Mm-hmm.
and you begin to craft. What sort of repository are you turning this into? Are you just turning it into a bowl that you can cover, or are you doing something else?
I think she's going to, because she's not really a crafter. That is not her thing. That is valid and can't do that.
She's gonna
stuff.
turn it into a bong.
No, she's going to basically try and make it so that it'll be enclosed and fairly like safe and secure the best she can. Probably with a handle of some sort. But kind of like a terrarium.
Yeah.
She wants to be able to tell fairly quickly like the rate that this thing is going, and if it starts to get too close to the outside edge, she wants to know. So she's gonna have like a bunch of plants in there to serve basically as like canaries in the coal mine for when this thing is about to snap.
So you shape it in a particular way and then apply a glass covering to it that can be used as a hatch.
Yep.
Yeah. It takes you most of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Oddly, you don't feel tired as you work.
Okay.
And you just sort of have a sense that the night has passed. You get a long rest. All of you, at wherever it is that you are, will get your long rests. We'll get to whatever you're doing in a minute. But by the end of the night, you have crafted this divine reliquary. Meanwhile, everyone else, while Titania is off doing a thing, Ghent, you take them all to the genie's lamp.
Sure do.
It's a large 2-story building designed in the shape of a genie's lamp, so that traditional lamp.
Uh-huh.
Inside, it is very much sort of like, magic and pillows and rugs and carpets and things. Like all the lighting fixtures are free floating. Much of the furniture also free floating. It has an aesthetic. It'll be 5 silver a night for each of you,
Alrighty.
and you all get rooms.
I give them 15 electrum. Hey, that's what I have. That's my smallest denomination coin on my character sheet right now. And I say, keep the change.
So, how many keys are you buying there?
5, because I assume Titania's going to show up eventually.
So what?
Now,
you're
is it
saying-
is it 5 per person or is it 5 per room?
Per room.
Out. Well, we're getting 3 rooms, so that'd be 15 silver, which would be 8 electrum. Yeah, we'll give them 10. Call it an even round. We'll need some drinks and shit.
An electrum is a half gold piece.
One
Which
elect-
would
one
make it
electrum is-
5
I thought it was
silver.
a 2 silver piece.
No,
No, an electrum is a
it's
half
five
gold
sil-
piece.
Yeah.
one
It's a
electrum
5
is 5.
silver.
One electrum is 5
Okay.
silver.
I thought it was 2 silver.
This is
My
why
mistake.
Electrum has been discontinued.
I was gonna say. So Gent is the kind of person who, if he was walking around in modern day, would be carrying nothing but 50-cent pieces, silver dollars, and $2 bills. Correct.
Exactly. That is exactly his speech.
I didn't think I could like Gent more, but I was wrong.
Well, and he's got like 3 $100 bills as well.
Right.
You know, for if you have to pay for something substantial.
Right.
So, you all have rooms, and you have drinks.
Couple Susan B. Anthony's thrown.
Valdeth appears eventually.
All right, we need to put a plan together.
First step, put that box over here.
Tink.
The watch.
Yeah, we need to watch around that box.
Yes, to see how long it takes, if at all.
We also need to get you more materials for legend lore.
Oh, I can cast that right now.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to see if you can find anything about the homeland
Origins,
of the Azure
yeah.
Legion.
Yeah, well, the origins. And homeland. Yeah,
You
I
have
will.
to specify one topic. So,
Yeah. So that'll have to be tomorrow after we have our rest, though. So I actually can't cast that now.
Yep.
Never
So,
mind.
wait, never mind. I'm out of spell slots.
I believe you mentioned you had 1 spell slot left.
Yeah, it's first level. I can tell you that. Detect magic. Yep, still bright.
Now I'm out.
Well, detect magic actually can't penetrate a thin sheet of lead, so it wouldn't be able to see through the lead box.
All right, so we're going to get to the Shadowfront. We're going to confront the Shroud of Eidos that's floating in the lake. And we're going to wing it from there.
I mean, we got this entire idea from a vision in our heads that causes us to
goodness, wouldn't it
freeze in
be
time.
Viciously convenient if maybe they actually weighed in now that we've achieved step next of this weird quest they've sent us on.
Weirdly, almost as if they were listening to the conversation. All of you except for Titania suddenly find yourselves standing on the edge of that lake again. You
I
look.
thought you said you didn't have any spell slots left.
You see. You look around. You don't see each other.
Oh, okay.
You don't even see your own bodies. You just see a shadowy figure standing on the edge of the lake.
Well, not again.
Who?
Be clear, this hasn't happened to Clarina.
This has not happened to Clarina before. No.
Okay, I just want to. There's been a lot of time. Hard to remember
this is
who
the
did what.
this is the first for Clarina.
Yep.
So whoever's guiding her through, whoever's next to her for this vision, just hears "Ah!" screaming the whole time.
You see a shadowed figure standing on the edge of the lake, where this large pool of darkness has spread even further since the last time you saw it. Now it is mere feet away from the edge of the edge of the lake.
Oh, what the hell is this now?
The figure holds up that soul stone and casts it into the lake. And you're back in your seats.
Ah!
Well, thanks for the
Please.
instructions.
At least I was alive for this one.
Kalerna,
Go.
go ahead.
Who? It is not that I have not had visions before. I have. But I have typically known who they came from. Who was that from?
We don't know.
We don't know.
But it's been the only person who's actually led us to figuring out what's going on with the Shadowfront and trying to stop it from happening.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's Titania's great grandfather.
The Witchborn?
The God Emperor?
I mean, if it would be the God Emperor himself, I feel like he'd be a bit more straightforward.
Well, we already know that his next in line, for what that's worth, has gone completely off the minecart rails. So maybe he's having to take a subtler approach.
It could also be, like the Fourthborn or something.
Sure. It could be Galadir's twice removed cousin, for all we know.
But it's someone powerful who has been directing us to try and stop the Shadowfront situation.
The only clue you have is that they have golden eyes.
It's Cal Argal.
I mean, it could actually be Cal Argal, and I wouldn't be surprised. And also, Cal Argal has a stake in not letting the Shadowfront consume the entire world.
That's where he keeps his stuff.
Or most of us do.
I mean, you now.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. As I now have a
Gets to
sack,
be
not
little
a
bit
not
of
a.
dick when he's tired.
Yeah.
You don't have a bag anymore. Now it's just a set. Now it's just like a plastic, like a grocery bag.
Yeah.
Ithram with his Kroger bag.
I've broken.
All right. So we go to the Shadowfront and we throw a rock in a lake.
We throw a magic rock in a magic lake.
That is a hole in magic, actually.
That is usually the opposite of how it normally works. Usually you take something from the lake, but who am I to judge?
Well, this is sort of the opposite of a magic lake, in that it's a hole in magic from a thing that is consuming all magic.
My point still stands.
Different continents, different stories.
Results may vary.
I hope not.
Yeah, same.
Yes, we don't really want the results to vary too much.
I mean, there was
Well-
that one time where where the Lady of the Lake threw a sword at somebody, blade first.
Didn't have quite the reaction. Is that her test?
If you can
wield
dodge
it.
a sword, you can dodge a dragon.
No one quite
you-
knows why, but she definitely murdered that dude.
He couldn't dodge a sword, so therefore he couldn't dodge a dragon.
Normally she doesn't throw the swords, is the thing. Normally she hands it to you magically. This time she just went, "Phew."
Whipped it at his fucking ass.
There's a watery tart lobbed a scimitar at me.
Yep.
Buried me in stone.
All right. Is there anything else you guys are doing before you take your long rest?
Gen's going to point a hand at the wall and go, Eldritch Blast. Nothing happens.
You shoot an Eldritch Blast out.
Ithram does, and 8 of them come out. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
I mean, I already marked off my long rest, so I feel like the answer is no.
So you
Yeah,
all
I
take
don't do
you all
anything.
take your long rest.
With a
Titania,
watch around the lead
Yes.
box.
Titania, you finished your reliquary. By the morning, the lead box appears to still be intact.
So lift the lid
It
to
crumbles.
see how. Yep. All right. Valid. We need another box.
I go get another lead box.
Another 100 gold.
Just.
You know what? I get 2 for the road.
Good. We will have 3 days worth of
I'm
boxes.
just gonna check real quick. Try to lift the box
more
as well.
like 24 hours worth of boxes, because we got it literally right when we started our long
mean,
rest,
you're not wrong.
basically.
Sorry, you trying to lift the box?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
It
basically
also crumbles to dust.
it's basically a thin sheen of lead at this point, and
Yeah, that's
mostly
what I
just
figured.
dust.
I have seen stuff like that. So I
But
guess.
that lasted a lot longer than your bag did.
It did.
Infinitely longer. Might as well have been.
Morning. I have a thing, a reliquary. It should help.
We
I'm
could
coming
use
back
that.
down. Okay.
Who did that used to be?
Huh?
Who
Oh,
did that
when
used
I
to
come
be?
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone from an ancestor of mine. I don't know their name. Thank you, though. I say to the skull. And I put it gently
Yeah,
down.
Sarite.
Probably one of Jack Salzbach's siblings or something.
Maybe.
I mean,
All right.
there's a family resemblance, is what I'm saying.
Let's see if we can get this thing in there, as Valeth will open the lid on the lead box and let Ithram Mage hand it into the reliquary.
Yeah, I'll
You
mage hand it
crane,
into the.
you crane game the soul stone into the reliquary. Close the lid.
Make sure it's latched. Look at it. It's not breaking yet.
Nope.
Okay. I think that'll work.
Let's get to the Shadowfront.
I'll carry it. And she'll pick it up. We need to head out.
How close did we want to attempt to get right next to the shore? Or did we want to?
We've got pieces from the shore that
All right.
Bent has.
Holds up
And
holds up 2 glass vials. One has sand in it, and the other one has water in it.
Do we know
Go.
what we're doing there?
throwing it into the hole.
Did you not have the vision last night?
No. I was working.
We got another vision from our mysterious figure that just basically gave us the instructions to throw the soul stone into the void.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Nope.
All right.
All
So
right, then.
you cast teleport.
Yep. I'll grab the tube of sand. Pour a
Have an
little bit in my
associated
hand.
object.
Yep. Pour a little bit in my hand.
Don't roll 0.
Even a 100 is
Let's see.
is still on target.
I mean, a 100 is always on target, William.
You know what I mean.
Unless it's a false destination. You have an associated object, which means that you can't fail. So,
Okay.
so with the sand and water, you
I would like to challenge that idea that we can't fail.
a one. You roll a d100,
Try me.
and on a
Don't
one,
do it.
on a result of 1 to 100, you are on target.
I am confident in my ability to roll a 0.
Well, it's a good thing that you're not rolling.
So, you cast a spell.
Yep.
You are all standing on the shore of that one lake beyond the Shadowfront.
Fuck, wrong lake. No.
The darkness that was a mere pool in the middle of it has spread. It is now almost fully engulfed the lake. It is mere inches away from touching land.
This is the moment of truth, then.
Can you check
Check.
the way you
What?
did at in the castle?
What's that?
Valus, can you
Can I-
check
Can I check what?
to make sure this is the right path? The
I can
augury?
ask, yeah. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to ask around here. I don't know if there's any spirits to ask, but I will invoke the whispers of the kami for an augury.
There is not enough ether in the area for them to answer.
They can't answer me here.
Take a huff off this. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
Alright.
Well, who wants to throw it?
I'd rather not anyone touch it, so I'd rather Ithram mage hand it into that void.
I have a better idea.
I was gonna say.
Or catapult it.
Yes. Yes.
The verbal component of catapult is yeet.
No, that's a 5th level spell.
Yote.
Yo.
Past tense.
Yote!
Yeah. Have it mage handed out, and then I have to have it, the mage hand drop it before I can cast catapult. So, and then it gets flung 90 feet into the darkness. Anybody prepare for anything, I guess?
Oh, Gen has his gun out, but that's not anything unusual.
Valdeth just charges to full send while we're while we're standing here, just in case.
Yeah. So you cast catapult.
Yep.
The stone flies out over the lake, over the darkness, and lands, almost like it lands on solid ground, in the middle of this patch of black. And as it does, there is this rumble that you all feel on the ground. You watch as the earth around the lake cracks in several places. And as it does, tendrils of black and purple erupt from the shadow filling the lake, all of which arcs up and then converges on the soul stone. There is this loud rumble and sound of wind as this energy inverts on itself. The lake has lost most of the water that was in it. Probably it had lost it a while ago. Now, floating on the water, roughly 25 feet down from where the water previously stood, is a single, darker than black soulstone.
Ithram, if you could very kindly get that back up here and into this reliquary again.
One moment. Let's see. About how far away is it?
From the edge of the lake, it's about like 40 feet down, like at an angle.
Oh, okay.
It's like in the middle of the lake, and then
Is it a super steep bank, or can I walk down into it and use mage
yeah,
hand?
it's a fairly steep bank.
Okay. Then
Did you attune to the rod?
no, I actually
It can
did
be a ladder.
forget to mention. Yeah, no, I did. I did forget to mention last night. I would give Valdeth the rod.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, this should serve you well, but
I can get down there.
I can get down there just fine. Should I
I've
just
got
walk
mage
down
hand
and-
too.
all right.
I slide down. And I'm going to use the lantern to get mage hand when I'm close enough. And put it back in the reliquary. Okay. Close it. Head back up.
Got a rock and a skull.
Yep.
You head back up.
Mhm.
And yeah, from as far as all of you could estimate previously, the source of the aether drain in the Shadowfront has been dealt with.
If I do like druidcraft on just some of the soil that's around here, is it staying now, or because previously it would like just instantly die, kind of thing?
And you do some druidcraft. It's not instantly dying, no.
Okay.
There's not nearly enough like nutrients in the ground for it to survive.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
land is effectively barren at this point,
Mhm.
but it's not instantly sucking the life out of your druidcraft.
Okay. I'd like to stay here for a while and fix it, but we have to keep.
We've got to get this thing to the God Emperor to destroy.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Can it be destroyed?
I mean, the only thing that we know can potentially destroy it is a god, and we've only got one god on this side of the plains.
Can you bring us back, Ephraim?
Yes. I could take us either back to Tram or just back into our rooms actually. I'll cast teleport at 8th level.
Roll D100. So the area you're in is so ether starved that minimum you are rolling on the scene casualty table. So a 20
Spells again.
is a mishap.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Oh no.
Nice knowing you guys.
It's just 3d10.
So we roll
Like,
3d10
then
force
But then the
damage.
GM
I have to
rolls
roll
again.
again. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I roll.
Oh yeah.
So you all take 17 points of force damage. As you
Ow!
feel your atoms constricting.
Keep rolling damage. You can kill us. I have faith in you.
Do what Rhyhort couldn't.
Fortunately, the second roll was an 89, which is on target. So you feel your atoms constricting and pulling apart at the very base level, which is painful. But then you are dumped out in a pile in one of the rooms at the genie's lamp.
Ow.
Ah!
I was afraid of that.
Okay. Ouch.
That did not feel good.
I check the reliquary to make sure it's okay.
It's still okay.
Okay.
His only creatures take damage.
That's good. That's very good. All right. I guess
Now that reliquary used to be a creature.
Used to
But
be.
now it's
Head
an
back up.
object.
Okay, fine.
We all become objects when we die.
Mm-hmm.
Funnily enough, the longer you're dead, the more objects you become.
All right. Well, one more thing off the list. Now, what are we hunting first?
Well, I have to give.
We have to get this to the God Emperor.
Yes. It's not done yet.
Is he the sort of person you can just walk in and see?
Not typically, but I feel like this is important.
Just to be clear. Do you really think that was that easy?
It hasn't been easy. We've been doing this for years, trying to get this done.
Months.
Months, yeah.
It felt like years.
It feels like years.
Some of us actually has taken years of our lives. At one
Let's
point
not
or
go
another.
back to that again, but yes. All right, well, Titania, this is your
Kalerna is
territory.
suspicious.
All right. Yeah, let's go.
We kind of had to,
Priorities are.
just the most recent step on doing this fucking thing was fighting that lich.
Okay. Okay.
So you head up to the palace.
Fish. Do you have an idea? We have time before we reach. Do you have thoughts?
I mean, there's absolutely room for something to go wrong here. Yes, but we don't really have anything else to do other than to bring this to a god to be destroyed.
The voice warned that there was conspiracies and to not trust.
Yes, there's someone working against us in the city.
I'm going to hand it directly to him.
Mm-hmm. And if anyone you can get in to see him, it'd be his family.
Yep.
Do you have anything to add, Kalerna?
No, I don't. I was brought here to help you with it, so I don't have the answers myself. I'm just seems I don't know.
Really wish I had a fourth attunement slot.
Alright. So you head to the palace.
Yep.
Where do you go first, Titania? You stroll right up to the throne room?
No, I'm going to go to. He's got a vizier or something, right? I vaguely remember this being a thing. I remember.
I mean, there are many people that work in and out of the palace. There's
Yeah,
the
but he's got like a right hand person that because no one I haven't even seen this guy, right?
Most
So-
people work through. So there's three major factions in the palace. There's the Archbishop and her cabinet. There's
Yep.
the Archmagus and his cabinet,
Mhm.
and then there's the Royal Guard.
Yep.
So, you do know that your cousin is on the is a member of the Royal Guards now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see her.
Yeah, Deirdre.
Yep.
So yeah, you head over towards the Royal Guards barracks area. You are let through because you are a Valkorian. No one else is.
Okay.
And yeah, Deirdre is in the Royal Guards barracks, sort of just polishing her armor.
Deirdre, hi.
Oh, hi, Titania. How are you doing? Just-
Pretty good. Been really busy.
Big muscular woman stands up.
Yeah. Been pretty busy. I have are we alone in here or
No,
is
there
it,
are
like,
several other
full of-
Royal Guards.
There's several other people.
Yeah.
I have something I need to give to the God Emperor. It's very important. It's
Okay. Can you go in like the donations pile? They're sort of pointing
No.
back towards the front door where there is a place for donations to be gathered
Yeah.
for the God Emperor.
definitely not. It's rather dangerous, and I need to make sure that he can destroys it. So
Well, I know Father is meeting with him right now. I can send a message and
Okay.
see if they can let you in.
yeah, her.
She reaches up and touches, grabs the link pearl hanging out of her ear and puts it into her ear and holds it there and starts sort of muttering to herself as she does so. Yeah. All right. He says, I'm to escort you and the rest of the Steelhearts into the throne room.
Perfect. Can I insight check her?
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
Give an insight check.
Do-
24?
24.
She
Yep.
seems a little surprised. Like,
Yeah.
that it would be like, right now, okay, cool. But she seems
Other than
genuine in
that.
her response, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Let's get the rest of them and go.
After a few minutes, the rest of you see Titania coming out with a fully armored Deirdre. This is This is your first time seeing this individual. But she very tall, well built, black and gold armored figure of Deirdre Valkorian. Steelhearts, pleasure to see you all again. This is, she says, indicating towards Kalerna.
Kalerna.
Hello.
Titania would introduce you like formally. And do I know your full name and like any
Yes.
titles or something like that? Yeah.
Kalerna Alani, blah 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 of Azure Legion.
Yeah.
I don't remember. There was a title given.
Kalerna Alani, Knight Errant of the Azure Legion.
There you go.
The Azure Legion. Yes. So she gives that whole thing.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Deirdre Valkorian, member of the Royal Guard.
Honor.
So Uncle Barnabas is in there right now talking to him, and we can go and see him. So.
Yes, I'm to escort you.
Hopefully, this is a good step.
So,
might it not
Of course.
be?
There's always, like I said, there's always the room for something to go wrong. But hopefully, this is either a good step or the end of this.
We just went through a Lich's castle, so excuse us if we're a little paranoid.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a whole thing.
You'll have to tell me about it sometime.
Of course.
She turns and leads you down the hallway.
Nope.
You get the feeling that she was genuine. She just, Deirdre isn't good at talking to people.
Yeah.
She leads you through the corridors of the palace, and eventually you find yourselves in front of the largest and most ornate set of doors in the building. She walks up to it, sort of stomps her glaive on the ground a couple of times, and as she does, she announces you as the Steelhearts. The doors open up. And inside, you see the largest suit of armor any of you have ever seen. Cramped, it seems like, into an even larger room. Sitting atop a massive throne of gold and steel. Hands resting on the armored gauntlets resting on the armrests. The armor is gold the armor is black with gold trim. A large plate helmet sits across the top with no clear indication of what is inside. This entity is, you'd imagine, if he were to stand up, roughly on par with the Titan that you had seen the corpse of in Desolation. And as you look up, because he fills the room so much, he seems even larger. For a moment, you feel like there's probably clouds forming around his head, but you can't quite confirm that.
Just instinctually, hand gets a little bit closer to weapon.
On the ground floor, you
Handle
see
these fucking people.
There's a number of royal guards sort of positioned around the room, and the Legion General Varnabas is sort of center, roughly, halfway across the room from the statue, standing at a raised podium. Who turns and looks. Ah, Steelhearts! Come, present yourselves before the Emperor.
All that indicates for Titania to lead, being the royal member of the group.
Thank you. I'm your great granddaughter, Titania Valkorian. And she's gonna go into the whole spiel of introducing
About
everyone.
halfway through the spiel, you don't get a response, but you just feel a warm presence, a warm familiar presence, just over your shoulder, and you get sort of this innate sense of I know.
And she'll trail off at that point. And we have this. And she'll hold forward the reliquary, and begin to explain. It's a soul stone that had a shard of Eidos in it, and then we threw it into the lake in the Shadowfell, and there was a lot of energy, and I think it's sort of like Shadowfront, and I think it's sort of captured it a little bit. But it's very dangerous, and it needs to be destroyed. We think you can do it.
The suit of armor moves. One massive arm lifts, rotates, and begins to extend. And it seems impossibly long. And yet, by the time it's near you, it's only roughly 3 times the size of your head. As opposed to the massive... It's a massive sort of visual size differential from what you first see.
The hand is the size of a building on the throne, but as it approaches you, it's only kind of really big.
Yeah, it's a very weird sort of... And you can't see anything shrinking. It's just... and it sort of holds the hand out towards you.
I put the skull in there.
And it grabs the reliquary with 2 fingers. These massive 2 fingers seeming like they could just crush it in an instant. And begins to pull back. And as it begins to pull back, you hear a gunshot. A bullet rips through the reliquary. It shatters from the impact. And the soul stone drops and connects with the armor of the God Emperor. There is a massive amount of energy that just erupts from this connection, knocking all of you and all of the royal guards, except for the Legion General Varnabas, to the ground.
Was the Legion General the one who fired the shot?
You can't tell.
Guessing not.
You can't tell. But as this shockwave knocks you all to the ground, you see those black tendrils erupting from the Soul Stone, lashing onto the God Emperor at as many points as it can. There is a flash of light, and the armor crumples. And as it begins to crumple, you hear the sound of pain coming from inside it, as you try to get to your feet, but your muscles have no strength. And Varnabas walks towards the armor. And you hear a voice that none of you recognize. Well, you kind of recognize. You recall from the very first visions the deep, imperious voice of the one shadow that seemed to be in charge of the council you were peering into. I knew that if I could get that stone to you, Eidos would finally be able to complete her work. The voice seems to be coming from Varnabas, but it's not his voice. You hear a grunt of pain from him as an arm erupts from his chest. A second arm turns, plants on his shoulders, and there is a heave as an entity rips itself out of Varnabas's body. This entity can only be described as terrifyingly beautiful, even covered in the gore of Legion General Varnabas, who collapses to the ground. Standing 10 feet tall, chiseled muscles with this purplish pink hue to the skin, blonde-haired, slicked back and flowing. Brilliant golden eyes that have a bit of a red hint to them as his head shifts, the irises almost shifting in color. Wearing naught but a simple robe that acts as a loincloth, bare skin to the world around him as this blood drips off, and two massive black feathered wings flicker the wet of Barnabas off of him. It's been a while, Father. And finally, I will take your throne. As the armor collapses, there is this roar of anger that comes out from within it as the God Emperor shrinks and shrinks and shrinks. And with a final burst of energy, both the God Emperor and the Soul Stone of Eidos vanish. You feel strength return to your legs, but you're still too terrified to stand. The very presence of this individual seems to be holding you to the ground.
I'm immune to being frightened.
And yet, you still can't stand.
Okay.
Because gods don't give a shit about your immunities.
Sure. I'm just saying, I'm level 15 now.
It's true. This winged figure, whom you can only surmise to be the firstborn of the God Emperor, turns, his wings billowing out. And as he does so, he sort of stretches his neck. You can hear the popping of various bones. Ah, Steelhearts, I have you to thank. It has been so long in such a cramped space. He reaches into the broken body of Barnabas and pulls from it this long ebony scythe made of bone. And now I get to thank you for delivering unto me a kingdom of my own, where my people can reign. You feel the strength return to your body finally, as all of you regain your ability to move and react. And at almost the same time, wheels of fire erupt around the room, as all manner of demonic entities step forward, including a figure that Gent recognizes.
Ooh, that fucker.
Though slightly different from the last time you'd seen him. Similarly purplish and pink as his skin tone. His hair now much shorter and white, with eyes of a blackened sclera and purple iris. The entity that you know as Alfenbar Minar steps out of one of the portals next to the firstborn of the God Emperor. And as a reward for all of your hard work, I will allow you to run. So what do you do, Steelhearts?
Gent is going to stand, cut the best bow that he can towards Ternalian.
Mm-hmm.
Look at his uncle. Give him a smile and hold out his hand to Titania.
Windwalk.
I'm curious what Kalerna, Valdeth, and Ithram are going to do.
Kalerna
while this
is
happening.
standing up, taking a step forward in front of everybody, and drawing swords.
I was about to say, Valdeth
How long
probably.
does it take to cast Windwalk?
Takes a minute, and
Okay.
you have to be willing.
Yeah.
Kalerna, please.
Go.
You're not going to be able to do it.
Go.
Yep.
You're
Hard
you're
to
muted,
find.
Jack.
You weren't being picked up by your mic.
We're leaving Kalerna, and you're part of the we.
Now, this is. You stay and die here, it's what he wants. Now.
No, he wants us to run in fear.
We are
We
making
might
an
have to run, but it doesn't
organized
have to be in fear.
redeployment.
There's just a smile.
And Gent's just gonna put a hand on Kalerna's shoulder and start to pull.
There's just a smile on Ternalian's face.
Yep.
And he is offering no real like guarded position. He is completely open. The scythe is being held out to one side. And the wings are just flexing behind him.
Gent is backing up. Can Gent see where that soul stone is?
It disappeared.
It disappered. Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
It-
with
the-
with the God
vanished,
Emperor.
vanished. It
Yeah.
didn't-
Yeah, like
it didn't-
it's
it
been
didn't
destroyed.
click.
The God Emperor was the one last part of the old world that Eidos couldn't destroy,
Right.
and she finally succeeded in her task. Ithram?
Titania finishes casting.
Well, hang on, because Ithram?
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be backing up as well.
How far is Ternalian from the group?
Roughly 50 feet.
Actually, he's going to do one thing while Titania's casting Windwalk. He's going to cast Globe of Invulnerability around everybody so that we're all in a bubble.
Kalerna's echo appears beside her.
I'm going to send a message on the earring.
You kind of you're kind of focusing on casting a spell right now.
Okay. All right.
so-
Never mind.
Unless you want to stop and then send and then cast a spell again.
I mean, no. 'cause I
Valdeth will
You hear a sound of something cracking outside.
Valdeth will use her link pearl to send to Deirdre.
She's on the ground over there.
Oh, is she? Oh, is she still? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. She
Yeah.
came in with us.
She seems to be
She-
unconscious along with most of the rest of the Royal Guard, who currently have demons standing over them, just sort of looking at them, looking like they're plotting
If
something.
Valdeth looks like she's going to send a message, Gent will just lean over and as quietly as he can go, Geist Koenig.
Oh yeah, she will send a message to Geist Koenig, and say the palace has been breached. The city needs to be evacuated. Demons are about to be pouring out of it.
You get back. What's Geist Koenig's accent?
Russian.
Yeah,
Russian. Yeah, that's right.
and
No.
you just described why Kalerna is.
You're slightly too late on that warning. Is all you get back.
Who else are we? I don't know how spread up far apart everything is. Are any of those guards within 30 feet of us or not?
Yeah, a few of them
Oh.
are. I'll say
Okay, I would
Deirdre. I'll say Deirdre is as well, just because.
Okay, I would like to, because I can get up to 10 willing creatures, so that's one, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more.
You can't be willing if you're unconscious. Consent is important.
Okay.
Consent rules apply.
All right. Never mind then.
Valdeth will run over to Deirdre and see if she can drag her towards the rest of the group.
There are actively demons around her right now. If you run over towards them, you're likely going to get into combat.
Okay.
Just for
What
the,
kind of demons?
Just for the warning. Just for the warning. Many.
What kind of demons?
Many.
Many kind of demons.
A minute passes. You cast Windwalk. How many of you are willing to be turned into fart clouds?
Gent.
Yup.
Valdeth is reluctant but willing.
Is there any significant number of
Here's your chance to
demons?
get rid of Kalerna, Jeremy.
Like, I'm not seeking to, but I was going to respond by saying, you know, that's a lovely green screen you have behind you, John.
It is.
Like, this is a noble, lawful, good, like very knightly character
Mm-hmm.
who can possibly buy some person in the city half a second
Mm-hmm.
more to escape.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's not wind walking.
Okay.
So all of you but Kalerna turn to clouds.
One thing before I turn into a fart.
Okay.
Just any clump of demons that aren't near near any of the royal guard. Just to let's see.
I was gonna say turn
Why
gnarl
not?
and just like fire a fucking force bolt at him.
Yeah, no. Let's 6th level chain lightning on the way out
Okay.
on a group of demons.
Are you hitting Tenarlian in that?
No, he just pulled himself out of somebody. I don't know if he can do that to me.
Good choice.
Consent is not key for him.
So yeah, lightning bolt goes off, puff clouds and run. Kalerna, you're left
Yep.
you're left alone in the room
Yep,
as the globe of invisibility or invincibility
sure does.
goes away. Now,
Did he dispel it?
No, you vanish with it, and it goes with you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it remains around. Well, and it only
If
lasts a
I-
minute, which is how long
it only
takes
only
to-
lasts a
Oh
minute.
yeah,
so-
that's
Yeah, yeah.
Ternalian looks down at you. Ah, yes. The
He
Azure
sighs.
Legion.
Right then. This should be fun at least.
And as the rest of you flee from the building, and Kalerna charges towards a noble and inevitable death,
Aha!
that's
Fuck.
that's where we're going to end for this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.